Welcome to From Campus to Careers, the Careers and Placements podcast where we help our Aston students figure out the next steps in their career. I'm Christy, I'm from the Careers and Placements team, and today's episode is extra special as we are filming from our big careers fair. It's one of our biggest events of the year where we invite around 70 employers to come and network and meet with our students. These range from big names like JLR, Goldman Sachs and British Airways, among many more. We're here today to talk to some of our students, some of the employers and staff as well, and get their insight on what the big careers fair is all about. So stay tuned to hear more about the experience of the fair today. So firstly, on the podcast today, we have a wonderful special guest with us. So Deputy Vice-Chancellor Osama has come on to just get a little bit more of his understanding of, how to get the best out of careers fairs and, what the experience might be like for students. So Osama, welcome. It's really lovely to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So from your perspective, why are events like this really important for our students?
Events like this is important because it's basically where the magic happens, where potential job market and all the employers can meet our talented graduates here. So we are matchmaking here.
We are
creating the future.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so exciting, because this is where our talented students, educated by us, supported by us, can show the talent they have, explore different career opportunities with so many different sector and employers, and the employers can also have a feel of what we have to offer through our students. So I think this is fabulous.
Yeah, and you've had a little walk around and there's definitely the buzz of that kind of interaction between students and employers, which is really, really nice to see. So what advice would you give to our students about how to get the most out of these sorts of events?
I would say that, first of all, thank you to those students who signed up. I hear that 2,000 students signed up.
Yes.
We have 15,000 students. So my advice to all our students would be, don't miss out on Career Fair.
Yeah.
As I said, we are putting together this high energy matchmaking kind of event. This is for all of our students, so they should all turn up and they should explore the different career opportunities. Sometimes we have a tendency that I'm studying computer science, or I'm studying medicine, or I'm studying business management. I know these are the pigeonholes where I need to pursue my career. Not really. The world is our students' oyster, so they can basically explore any type of career. And my advice, first of all, would be to turn up. Number one.
It's really, really
and
good
number
advice.
two, once you have made the effort to come here, just feel free to talk to the employers.
Yeah.
Even if something that you never thought you would ever do in your career, stop by those stands, have questions, understand very clearly what they're looking for, what are the different opportunities, what are the benefits, how the career will develop in future. And I think that's quite important. Don't be shy. Go and ask this employer. They made an effort to make a journey to come to Aston. Our students probably have to do a regular journey of coming to the university. Take the most out of talking to as many employers as possible, and then applying.
Yeah, I think you've raised a really valuable point there around network as well, and we do see that with students sometimes sticking to, like you say, I'm computer science, so I'm only going to speak to those people in my industry, but you don't know, a marketing firm might need a computer science expert, or a computer science team might need a marketing expert. So it's really thinking a little bit more outside of the box. So I think that's stellar advice
and
there.
I would also say that don't shy away from not knowing the company, and I'm not sure which industry is that. If a company logo or advert or the fun thing they're doing on their table, I have seen a lot of great goodies going around, interactive situation. Go and explore, Not all brands will be known to you, but that's the whole point of having a career fair.
Yeah, definitely. That chance to explore is definitely really important. Love that advice. So final question, Osama. Aston places a really strong focus around our students becoming career ready after they leave us. We want to make sure they take the first steps into the world of work in a really positive way. How does the university plan to keep supporting students as the job market evolves? There's lots of change with AI at the moment, so how are we going to continue that support?
It's a great question. I think it's a great question that we are focusing on. How do we make sure our graduates are future ready?
Yeah.
We are educating them with materials that we hope will solve the future problems, but sometimes the future problem and challenges are not even known to us.
Yes.
So, first of all, I would say the team that you're in, our careers and placement team, superb, an award-winning, fantastic team of experts who know everything about employability and careers. I think you should really be proud, and we should be proud that we support this team to do the good work they have been doing for our students. And to all my students, please know that this team exists and you must come and knock on their door. And Career Fair is only one thing they do. They do thousands of other things for you. Please engage with them, and that's really important. So as a university, we are looking into the job market. We are looking into what are the big challenges of the skills that our employers are looking for, and hence we launched the 4 power skills.
Yes.
The 4 power skills are led by our employability team. Our director of employability led on it, and that's not accidental, that's by design. We want our career team to take lead on these power skills and offer the skills that our employers are looking for. So that's another way of supporting them. As you know, we are offering guaranteed placement to our postgraduate students, another fantastic initiative from the Stella team. All these things meant that the university is very much behind employability.
Yeah, and I think as well, you see within courses embedded, there's a lot of industry input from local businesses and communities. So I think, again, it's just another way where Aston stands out with that ability to get students ready for the first steps into the world of work.
You're so right. Our curriculum is so practice focused, and in certain pockets it is absolutely embedded, like our health and life science, our business school, our engineering school. There are areas we know that we are working even harder to make sure that those placements, opportunities, as well as bringing guest speaker, bringing live case studies from the industry, and blurring the boundary between academia and practice. That's what Aston is so fun.
Yes, we are.
To come and study here, right?
No, that's fabulous. I think you've given some really good advice there, raised some really good points, and thank you so much for your time today, Osama. Really loved having you on the podcast.
Same here. Thank you for having me.
Next, we're speaking to one of our students who has been around the fair. So we welcome Thomason onto the podcast. So how have you found the fair today, Thomason? What's your experience been like?
The fair was very helpful. I've met a bunch of great economies that I would love to work at, because they do a lot of interesting things that really piqued my interest. So
Amazing. Were there any particular companies that stood out to you?
There was RTX, there was Virgin Atlantic, there was British Airways, although that isn't Heathrow, but I would still consider it.
Yeah.
There was, a couple others. I have about a list of about 8 that I would like to.
Nice. So are they ones you think you might now make applications to?
I'm making applications to all everyone I spoke to, I picked before I spoke to. So
you've done a bit of research before the fair.
Definitely.
I feel like that's a good tip for students as well.
You should.
So obviously you've mentioned some of those businesses that you've spoke to. What do you think you've learned now that you've been to the careers fair?
Speaking to the people there, they gave me tips on what sites to use to practice for interviews, what kind of interview questions to expect, practice questions, because I'm also studying computer science, so we're go do some leak code, add things to your CV while you still can, and you should also apply as good as possible. And no,
it sounds like you've got some really good insider tips there from the businesses as well. So I think you've got some tips that might help your application stand out a lot more as well, which is good to hear. What advice do you think you would give to students attending the fair next time round?
Talk to as many people as you can. Anybody that piques your interest, go for it. It's well worth it.
No, that's fab. I think you've given some good tips there. Thanks so much for your time, Thomason.
Of course.
Okay, and now we're going to be speaking to Ida, who has just had a chance to go around the fair, get to speak to lots of employers. So Ida, tell us about what your experience was like at the fair. How have you found it?
Pretty easy to work around. I think the way everything was laid out was quite nice. It's easy for you to just approach the people and ask what you want to ask, to be fair. A few companies that I have never heard of, which was good.
Nice.
So it's just opening that kind of broad kind of opportunities, basically.
Yeah, and I suppose with the course that you're studying,
Yeah.
it's going to become the AI learning is going to become
Yeah.
really important. So it's good to kind of see what businesses might be working on that as well.
Yeah, it's nice to see that they're kind of going down that route, because obviously there's a lot of like companies that's doing like engineering, and you know they're trying to go down the tech route as well.
Yeah.
So it was nice to just speak to them, just get to know where they're going, because if you're a master's student, it's like you can do the graduate program, but like with experience as well, you kind of want to see what other opportunities they offer. So
What else is on offer? That's
Yes,
really
basically.
really good to know. And which employers did you get to speak to today?
I spoke to FSB, BMW, National Grid.
Nice.
Quite a few, I would say.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, there's over 70 employers here today, so
Yeah.
I can imagine there's far too many to remember right now, but I feel like you've picked up on some good ones. And what do you think you've learned from coming to the fair today? Or gained, I suppose.
That a lot of companies are trying to get into the like tech route, but not necessarily have clarified their vacancy opportunities. So it's more of like you keep an eye out on their place, like on their website, just to see what they have to offer. But in terms of like what they had to show, what I have learned from them, it's just like it's just the experience, or like smaller, medium-sized companies that are slowly building their kind of reputation in the industry, basically.
Yeah, so I suppose it's as well opening your eyes to businesses you didn't know about that you've met today, which is really good. And what would your top tips be to students who didn't get a chance to attend this year that might come along next year? What would your top tips be?
To go for it, literally just to come. It's maybe like an hour of your day, and you get to speak to other people, and not necessarily just speak to them like for a career perspective, or just to get to know them and just build your network, I would say.
Network is definitely a really big important part of that career. But no, that's great. Thank you so much, Ada, for your time. So now we are welcoming Ramon to the podcast, who is one of the students who has attended the fair today. So we'd love to ask you a few questions, Ramon. How have you found the fair today?
I found the fair interesting and insightful. It made me understand how the work environment is, and also how many groups and industries there are, especially when it comes to engineering or design or product design technology. I just found it very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting to see with those businesses like that are engineering, all the other bits they do as well, isn't it? No, that's really great. And which employers did you manage to speak with today?
I spoke with JLR, Kia, Next, who else, and some other construction companies I'm trying to think of.
Well, there was over 70 here today.
So many. I spoke to as many as I could with the amount of time that I had.
Fab. No, that's really brilliant. And what do you feel like you've learned or gained whilst you've been at the fair today?
I feel like I learned a lot in terms of professional attitude, and as well as understanding how different aspects of subjects, so for people that did mechanical, or for other people that have done technology, software, and like you don't have to be in a certain subject to be in a certain company. For example, like Next, I didn't expect that they have engineers and they have product designers to be in Next, which is
you just kind of see it as a retail shop.
I just saw it as a retail shop, to be honest. And the same with Kia as well, which I was surprised about, because they have a lot of technology side of it as well. JLR, I wasn't expecting the product designers and technology, but it was nice to see that there's creative sides to it. There's also business management sides to it, and there's all different aspects. So it's definitely eye-opening. And what would your tips be for students if they didn't get to attend this time, but they might get to next time round? What would your top tips be? Definitely attend, and make sure you have questions ready and you've researched about them, and just be yourself. That's all I can say. Just be yourself, and maybe there'll be a company for you.
No, fabulous. I think that's really good advice. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's been great speaking to you.
Hi everyone, my name is Marjana. I'm currently a placement support assistant at Aston University, and I'm also a placement student within the Careers and Placements department. I'm here with Amy today, who has just come from the Careers Fair, and I'm going to be asking her a couple of questions about how she found the experience. So I wanted to ask you, how did you find the fair today?
It was really good. Like, it was very interesting in how many different career paths that we can go into. And like, I myself, I'm from like a biomedical science undergrad degree. So like, just understanding and what kind of other careers that I can go into.
I wanted to ask you as well, what employers did you speak to today?
I spoke to KPMG and some law firms, and then also like aerospace engineering, I guess.
Did you get to speak to any kind of biomed employers?
Not really at the moment, but I was just seeing like what kind of things you could do outside my course.
And exploring your options.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You kind of touched on this a little bit, but have you learned anything or gained anything from today?
I guess I think so. So like from other parts, understanding and what other areas you can go into, and like some accounting firms like KPMG, they don't really care about like what specific background, and then you can just kind of understand and like from a different varied other areas.
And did you realise that, because you're doing a biomed degree, aren't you, did you realise that you could touch on different sectors without having to do that certain like degree?
No, I didn't. So like it's nice to understand like different career paths and understanding that I can go into other, I guess.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
And then the final question I have for you today is, what advice would you give to students attending the careers affair for next year?
I guess it's good to broaden your understanding on certain things, and you're not stuck I'm really appreciative of my course and I love it so much, but like it's just, and I'd also want to go into it afterwards and do NHS placement and biomedical science. But you're not like, if there's some people, like you get to see a varied course, like you get to see different career paths and understand that it's not just one area you can do, you can go into several other.
And broaden your options. Brilliant. It was lovely speaking with you today.
Thank you, and you.
Now we're here with Gagan and Karina, and we're going to be talking about your experience today at the Careers Fair. So the first question I have for you both is, how have you found the fair today?
It was actually really insightful. There's lots and lots of companies there, so it's quite busy. And they talk to you a lot about what their company does, which is nice to know.
Yeah, brilliant.
So it's quite insightful.
Yeah, for me it's helpful since I'm going to my final year. I need to look for some kind of internships to just get some experience for my final year, like a dissertation and stuff. So it's been helpful. I'm able to find some companies who are doing internships. So it's helpful for me, and hopefully I get a graduate job from there.
Fingers crossed. Second question I have for you is, what employers did you speak to today?
So many. I think we went to
Did any stand
almost
out?
every stall.
Oh wow, brilliant.
Well, I spoke to a lot of like some of the ones who had like marketing roles open. There were quite a few of them, so I'm not going to go through every single one. But there was like a whole range of them, so I spoke to like things that I've not even didn't think I would be interested in. So yeah, it was quite a lot.
Yeah. I was looking for management roles and internships, so I spoke to National Grid, National Rail, BMW, so they've been interested, so hopefully I get an internship.
Yeah, lovely. Next question I have, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what have you learned or gained from today?
First thing is to not get scared to approach someone. If you want something and that is something related to your career, you just need to go and ask.
It can be like daunting having that initial conversation, right?
It was too many people and felt like intimidating at first, but if you go and talk, they're also nice people, and they actually help you on how to get a job or what are the things they're looking for and what they're looking for in your CV that you can land a job with them. So it's been good.
And if you don't ask, you don't get. Like,
100%.
you have to learn to actually just go and ask for what you want.
And getting out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Right? Brilliant, guys. And then the final question I have is, what advice would you give to students that will be attending the Careers Affair next year?
Just get out and come here and attend and talk to people.
And like you said, getting out of your comfort zone.
They need to get out of comfort zone. Because this is the only one time they can get all the companies together at one space. So their interest might not be the same as the companies, but they might find some companies who are interested in them. But they just need to get out of their comfort zones and come and talk to everyone. It's a good one.
Brilliant.
They should not be like scared to get what they want.
100%. So my first question for you is, how did you find the fair today?
I found it really good, to be honest. It was pretty informative.
Yeah.
I met different type of law companies because I'm into law, and I found it like very interesting because they told us stuff about insight days that we can get into, because obviously we're first year students and they wouldn't really expect us to like come here, and they was pretty nice to us and telling us opportunities we can do in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
Brilliant. So you're a first year student,
Yeah,
right?
first year,
And you
yeah.
didn't know about these experiences beforehand?
No, I didn't really know about them too much.
Yeah. Did you speak to any particular employees that standed out to you?
Yeah, KPMG,
Yeah.
they were very good. They told us about their insights too and what we can do. They gave us QR codes that we can scan to go onto their websites. Waitman's, also them. And yeah, Waitman's, KPMG, and then Sutton's projects, they were very good too. They told us about information that we can do for Insight Days, and then also checking future careers on their websites and work experience too. But yeah, I found it very good.
Really good. I wanted to ask you, what have you learned? So you touched up on it a little bit,
Yeah.
or did you gain anything new from today?
Yeah, what I gained from today is that like I'll definitely have to like build my LinkedIn profile, connections, and meet like different type of people, because this is like the type of places I want to be inside, just to make connections with different type of people. So when it comes to the future for my graduate roles, it'll just be easier for me to do.
And just building that network of people and getting kind of exposed to different types of people within the law sector.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then my final question is, do you have any advice for students that will be attending the Big Careers Fair for next year?
Definitely be confident and just like express yourself. Just ask as many questions as you can to different law companies and whatever subjects you do, because like you never know when you're gonna see them again, and you never know who you speak. It might help you in the future with opportunities and that type of stuff. Like you said, it's about networking in the future, and networking can take you wherever you need to be.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. So now we're here with Harrison, and we're going to be speaking a little bit about his experience today. How did you find the Big Careers Fair today?
I really enjoyed it. I guess as Aston kind of brings this opportunity together, it's nice to speak to other like employers and different like businesses and kind of see what opportunities are out there.
Brilliant. A little bit more specific then. So which employers did you get to speak to today?
I spoke to Jaguar Land Rover,
Yeah,
a few aerospace companies, as well as Next. Personally, I'm looking at a variety of companies, seeing what opportunities are out there for me to do.
And are they all related to the course that you're studying, or?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Some of them, yes, because I do mechanical engineering, but some of them no, like such as, I guess, Next.
Yeah.
I want to see like what opportunities are there for me to, like, I guess, go into.
And kind of broadening your horizons a little bit.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I wanted to ask you as well, what have you learned or gained from today?
I guess I've kind of learned and gained a bunch of soft skills in a way, like confidence, speaking to people, kind of, I guess, figuring out what I want to do more in my future.
And building that confidence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. To have that initial conversation.
Yeah, I feel like that's where kind of everything really starts, kind of starting from somewhere.
Did you know that you could do like a career or a placement outside of your degree, or was that something that you learned today?
That's something I kind of looked at. I remember when I first heard about it, I was like quite intrigued about it. So when I was looking for courses and things, I kind of focused on doing one that had the opportunity for me to do a placement.
Yeah, 100%. And then my final question for you today is, what advice would you give to students that will be attending the Careers Fair for next year?
I would say, first of all, put your tickets early, of course, as well as speak to people, because they're here to help you, they're here to, I guess, to interest you in what they have to offer, and just, speak to people and be confident about it.
So my first question for you is, how did you find the fair today?
I think it was quite eye-opening.
Yeah?
I think, you hear stories about life after uni and then, how unstable it can be.
Yeah, all the dark stories.
All the dark stories, So to see that there's actually companies, a lot of companies actively looking for students for graduate schemes, I'm glad that Aston has, taken his time to shine a light on it.
Yeah, brilliant. Can I ask you which employers you spoke to today? Did any stand out to you?
I would say Next stood out to me.
Yeah.
So my honest opinion, I just thought Next was just about clothes, just selling and manufacturing clothes, but it's actually a lot deeper than that.
Yeah.
And to find out that they've partnered with a lot of companies, even apparently I got told that certain companies can't facilitate making that much clothes, so use Next.
Yeah.
So that did definitely stand out to me.
Yes, eye-opener, isn't it?
It is an eye-opener.
You touched upon this a little bit, but is there anything like that stood out to you that you've learned or you've gained from today?
Again, just seeing how many businesses are just open to bringing in graduates.
Yeah.
and seeing also companies as well, who their purpose is literally to just help you find jobs as well.
Yeah. And they're actively seeking for graduates, aren't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's definitely going to help.
Brilliant. And then my final question for you is, do you have any advice for students that will be attending the Careers Fair for next year?
I'll say come with an open mind, come with a notebook, LinkedIn as well, utilise it as well.
Yeah.
Because let's say it's all well and good to come here and just watch, but at the end of the day, uni's going to end soon. And we're going to have to start looking for placements as well. So utilise any channel you can, utilise the people in front of you. And I'll say, just come in with an open mind.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
So finally, we have one of our amazing employers here today, just to tell us a little bit more about their experience of the fair today. So we're welcoming onto the podcast Naz from EY. So thank you for sparing a little bit of time away from the fair to have a chat with us. So Naz, tell us, how have you found the fair so far today?
So it's been really good. It's been very busy with students, lots of questions, which is always good. Setup was nice and easy too. There's a loading bay, parking's really good, which is such a convenience to us.
Good.
And always a park. So yeah, it's just been a really busy fair, which is always good for us as an employer.
Good, fabulous. And what do you think you would say is like the main benefit of employers like yourselves coming to these fairs?
Yeah, so it's brand awareness, I guess, and brand exposure for us to kind of get out there and kind of see what other events are doing as well, and other employers. It's always nice to hear that students who have applied, what issues maybe they've had, or what kind of help they further need, and we can actually promote them to like our webinar, for example, to actually proceed further with maybe popular questions that students have. What can we do differently as the early careers team, and how can we further facilitate and support our students to help their application process be as easy as possible?
Yeah, so it's like a bit of a two-way street really, isn't it? You are obviously getting to understand the feedback from students and how they're finding the recruitment process, but at the same time students obviously come in with all questions about what they're enjoying, or what they might want to get involved with EY, which is really good.
I've had some students who attended a webinar that I held yesterday. So I was like, how did I do? It's my first webinar, so give me some feedback.
Okay, perfect. So it's great for you as well. And obviously we've got lots of students attending today, but for those who haven't attended today and might be thinking about attending the next careers fair, what would your advice be to those students?
Yes, maybe do a little bit of research if you can about who's attending, what programs they offer as well. For yourself, have some questions. No question is a bad question. It's always good to hear them, and definitely think outside the box and anything that you like. It could also help us, the employer, to kind of know what queries students have. And just have fun, get as much merch as possible.
That's a very good tip. I've seen some really great merch out there, so no, definitely. Well, no, that's really great, Naz. Thank you so much for your time. And we'll let you get back to the fair and answer all those fabulous questions.
Thank you. You're welcome.
We're now speaking to Renee, who is actually an alumni from Aston, which is really great. So tell us, Renee, how have you found the fair now attending as an employer instead of a student?
I've had an amazing time today. So within our stand, we're here at Computer Centre, so that's the company I now work for, and that was a graduate programme that I found on Aston's Careers Services when I was here 4 years ago. The fair's been absolutely amazing. The room is absolutely full of people, and they've been so engaged and asked some really good questions. And lots of people are really keen in terms of their placement programmes and internships, as well as our graduate programmes as well, and the fact that they are already thinking about their futures, even if they are first years, coming to the stand to ask questions. They're really, really keen, and particularly for our business roles and our technical roles with our own company as well.
Fab. I feel like you've really given some good compliments to our students there for their questions so far. So what has the benefit been for Computer Centre coming to a fair like this, like as an employer? What do you think the benefit is?
Yeah, great question. So I think particularly for Computer Centre, we do actually work really closely with Aston. So we do actually offer degree apprenticeships within the business as well with the university, then also for our graduate programmes and our placement programmes. I know a lot of students at Aston do actually have to do a placement, or it is optional for them as well. But I think that is the best example of actually getting real world experience, particularly in the middle of your degree, and then of course a graduate programme for your future career as well. So I think that fact we are able to offer that expertise, and then also the knowledge and the experience that you get within the business, it's really important that we are able to showcase that to amazing students like Aston, fantastic university and such a great location, really diverse students as well from all different backgrounds. And again, the fact that we have these opportunities rolling every year, again, gives the opportunity for students to join the business and hopefully grow in their careers and also their future paths.
You're really flying the flag for us there, Renee. Definitely a good Aston alumni there. So my final question is, what advice would you give for students who didn't get to attend this time but might attend next time? What advice would you give to them?
Yeah, definitely. So I think a really key word that I would say for today is actually networking. So obviously within the business areas and also the corporate world, networking is really, really important to make those connections, potentially future referrals that you might have if you were to join a business role or actually join a job. But actually I think the fact that you get to speak to employers directly, you don't know if there are HR managers here today, people who will be looking over your CVs in the assessment centre process. So it's really important that you get the opportunity to speak to them, ask them for tips about the application process, find out what roles they have available, see if you can move around in different departments with the business as well. But again, it's the actual fact that you get to engage with the employer directly, and again, that could be your future manager and your future career path. So that's really good.
You took the words out of my mouth there. You never know who's going to be your manager.
So it's really important you showcase those skills. Yeah.
Really great advice, Renee. And thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Thank you for having me.
So we are now welcoming Danielle and Taiwo onto the podcast. They are both from JLR, and they're just going to give us a little bit of an idea of how they found the fair today, attending as employers. So tell me, ladies, how have you found the fair today? What's your experience been like?
Yeah, it was very nice, very busy, and a lot of people to talk to. Yeah, a lot of eager students, questions ready as well. So it was really good.
Lots of good questions. Yes, that's what we like to hear. That's really good. And what do you think? As JLR coming to the fair, what's the benefit for you guys coming to meet with students? Do you think?
I think it's good because a lot of people think JLR is just engineering. That finance people can't apply. Or different they just think it's engineering. So it's good to actually talk to students and be like, no, you can actually apply to these roles because JLR needs finance people and procurement people, not just engineers and software people as well.
And I guess it's good as well for brand awareness as well. So as Danielle said, it's like letting people know that we have different parts available in the business, not just engineering, because we had people from English and law today, and there was something for them to do. So just letting people know that we're looking for transferable skills, not just technical skills, but transferable skills people can apply as well. So
yeah, and I feel like it's nice to see you both as females. Obviously JLR we see as a STEM industry, coming from that industry, so it's nice to see you both representing that STEM background as well, which is really great. What advice would you give to students if they haven't been able to attend today but they might get to attend next year? What would your top tips for them be if they're going to attend again?
I'll say network, put yourself out there, get people's LinkedIn. You never know who you can help, because I think through me I found someone that could help me, and that's how I got my job. Because just networking with people, talking to people, getting to know what they did, what they didn't do, so you don't do that mistake. So just network with people and talk to people, put yourself out there.
Yeah, I'd agree. Networking is so important, because for me I wouldn't have known about the JLR placement without networking with others. So it definitely opens way more opportunities and doors for people.
You never know, the people they might meet today might be the next manager. It's that sort of thing, isn't it? So, really valuable advice. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you for your time. So we now have Purvi and Alicia from British Airways joining us on the podcast. So we've just got a few questions because we'd really love to know how you found today. So tell us what your experience has been like today. I know your stand has been particularly busy. So how have you found it?
Awesome. Genuinely, it's been really good. It's great to see student engagement and how much people actually love aviation. I didn't realise how many people out there love aviation, especially being so far away from London Heathrow and Gatwick and stuff. I know you've got Birmingham here, but it's been great to see how far the love of aviation stretches.
Yeah, and just echoing Purvi, I just love events like this to see that people are super passionate and just answering their questions and knowing that we're going to be helpful for them during the application stages. So hopefully we get a few people coming out the other side.
And for British Airways then, obviously you guys representing them as an employer, what do you think the benefit is for you guys coming as an employer to the fair?
I guess it's nice to see why students want to join BA and kind of the outreach that we're kind of reaching. Coming here, we get to kind of spread the word of BA a bit further. Because British Airways isn't kind of really present outside of the area of London, so we like to stretch out as far as we can. And it's just great to see how far the name carries and how people are willing to move down from Birmingham just to join BA. So it's great.
Well, I mean, we do have a few London students as well that kind of end up
course,
going back
yeah.
home. But yeah, it is like the main hotspot area for the big airports.
Coming to these just makes you more visible. We think as BA everybody knows about us, and they might in the back of their mind, but that doesn't necessarily mean they know the opportunities that are available. Especially with the planning and supply chain scheme that we have open right now, which is open to all subjects. People wouldn't know about that because they just think engineering, but any degree subject we could be useful in our department.
No, it's really good to know. And I suppose, seeing supply chain, sometimes students might be a bit put off thinking you need to have specific knowledge, but I think with your grad programs, it's very much you come in and you gain the knowledge about the role you're going to do. So, no, that's really good. Obviously, we've had lots of students here today. You guys have been kept very busy. But for students who didn't get to attend today and they might be attending next time, what would your advice or top tips for students be coming to fairs next time?
So I typically have 3 top tips, and this is more for the graduate schemes. First of all, why British Airways? We want to know why you want to join us and why we'd be a suitable fit for you guys. Why a graduate scheme as well? You know, there are other opportunities like apprenticeships, degree apprenticeships, entry-level roles, but why is it a graduate scheme in particular? And for us, why engineering? We want to see your love for aviation, your love for engineering, and that you really want to be there. So yeah.
Alicia, any more to add?
Yeah, I would say it sounds simple, but come to fairs like this because we'll just remember your face, and you might learn something that you wouldn't have learned off of the website, which you can use in the interviews. And it sounds cringe, but just be yourself, especially towards the end stages of application processes. We know you're the right fit. You've got your degree, you've passed all the tests, but what's going to make you stand out now is going to be your personality shining through, and we'll be the ones on the other side of the table interviewing you. So we want to see your passion shining through. It sounds simple, but sometimes on the day when the stress is taking over, you kind of try and put on the face, but it's all good, it'll all be good.
Yeah, it's a really hard one to remember, to try and beat yourself as much as it is easy to say. But no, really, really great advice. Thank you so much. And we hope you had a really great time today.
Thank you. It's been amazing. Thank you.
No worries.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of the podcast. As you will see, we are now in the studio, so it is a little bit quieter than when we were at the fair. Hopefully, if you didn't get a chance to go to the fair this year, or you're a new student, you'll be able to take on board all those tips, hints and tricks from the employers, academic staff and students that we got to speak to today at the fair. That is all we've got time for on the podcast today, but don't forget that the episodes will be on YouTube, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you are looking for some more careers advice or support, then you can book an appointment with our careers and placements team through Aston Futures anytime. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to speaking with you again.